We're watching a number of other races set for this fall that could affect the balance of power on Capitol Hill. Republicans need to flip 7 seats to win the House of Representatives. They'll work hard to make a change in Kansas' 3rd District. Incumbent Congresswoman Sharice Davids, a Democrat, will face Republican Amanda Atkins, just as she did in 2020. Davids won that time by 10%. But remember, redistricting removed much of Wyandotte County and added in conservative parts of Kansas, southwest of Johnson County, which could give Atkins an advantage this time around. And we now know who will work to replace Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler in Missouri's 4th District. Democrat Jack Truman will take on Republican Mark Alford, a former news anchor who tells me he wants to hit the ground running.
Now it's time to work together to build back some unity, to come together as a Republican Party, to beat the Democrat in this race, and to help take back America.
The Missouri 4th is a heavily Republican district, so Alford will be the front runner heading into November. Michael Mahoney, let's discuss these races. We have an outgoing Congresswoman, a Republican candidate with some name recognition. Does a Democrat stand a chance in the 4th?
Not really. In fact, the only reason the Democrats had this seat before Vicky Hartzler was the fact that Ike Skelton was a very conservative yellow dog Democrat, as they used to say back in the day, and he was on House Armed Services and was a huge supporter of the American military complex, and that kept him in office until Vicky Hartzler took him out. Alford will be the favorite in this race just because the Missouri 4th is a Republican district, very red, and has been for 10 years. And I must say, for a guy that used to be a TV anchor here in Kansas City, this was his first run at office. He ran a very good campaign. He didn't make any obvious mistakes. He was good at raising money. He was a good communicator. He dealt with his opponents, Rick Bratton and Kalina Bruce and Taylor Burks, that you're seeing in that order on your screen right now, very well throughout the campaign. He ran a very good campaign, especially for a rookie.
You know, I'm fascinated by the race of Kansas' 3rd District. You have an incumbent, right? The state's lone Democratic member of Congress, now given a new set of boundaries, court challenge, but they're there, and the same challenger. What do you make of that?
Well, normally rerun races don't change the outcome. This is going to be different because, number one, Representative Davis' base got, some of it anyway, got taken away from her and shifted into the 2nd District in Kansas. Again, back to this the economic difficulties that all Democrats are going to face, and we'll see how well she can galvanize voters over the abortion question, because this again is going to be Sharice Davids, who is very pro-choice, against Amanda Atkins, who is very right to life.
All right, let's talk about the Kansas governor's race for a moment. We sort of knew who the main challengers were going to be, right? Derek Schmidt, Laura Kelly. What will be the biggest issues in a Schmidt-Kelly race?
Number one, how she handled the Kansas economy during the pandemic, her role in shutting down the schools and the businesses in Kansas City. Some of her votes, like the veto of the transgender sports bill that she got, which is a really hot button issue for a lot of different people. Abortion, by virtue of the Amendment 2, will also be an element of this. And the Eric Schmidt campaign will try to morph Laura Kelly into Joe Biden light and run a campaign. She's an ally of Biden, so she must go as well. Although Laura Kelly at a couple of different times has tried to put arm's length between her and the Biden administration. So we'll see. And the other thing is, there is, Cody, an independent running in the Kansas governor's race. He's former Republican Senator Dennis Pyle. He filed, and he's now waiting to find out whether or not he'll qualify. Everybody expects him to do, and it's sort of the John Wood situation, where Pyle, a center-right, actually a very conservative Republican, could take votes away from Derek Schmidt.
All right. Attorney General, real quick, Chris Kobach back in it again. Does he see success this time around?
He is very well known, and that was one of the reasons he was renominated again. He's going to be facing a difficult and competent Democratic opponent in this race. Kansas is a Republican state. We'll see where it goes. And again, his name ID from being in Kansas politics for so long, no question, will help him.
All right. Michael Mahoney, thanks for all of your insight.